Marigolds are tough, colorful, and pest-resistant flowers that produce non-stop blooms. So for today's video, we are going to be doing marigolds in our sketchbook. This is a very nice little warm-up exercise to get you started painting for the day. They are easy and involve just a few blotches of paint. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do these marigolds is to open up your sketchbook to a blank page, and then I'm going to go in with some yellows and some oranges and a bit of reds. So marigolds are fluffy a little bit with their leaves and blooms, and they grow in clusters. So you're going to want to maybe keep it loose and have them look a little bit scraggly. They're not the most perfect of flowers, but they're very pretty and they're lovely to look at. So after I've mixed my colors, I'm just going to go in very loosely onto my page with blobs. I love using blobs to start a painting because it just gets you started and it gets you in the flow and the movement. And if you're in a place where you don't know what you want to paint, paint some blobs and you'll start to find your essence of painting for the day or your vibe. At the page now with my brush and starting with yellow, I'm just using the point of the brush to dab around on the page, and then just going in with my yellows. So I'm not thinking about it too much, just sort of dabbing around because they are quite scruffy looking flowers. So you don't need to be too precise if you're working with a loose style of painting. And then adding some orange in for this next one, just to give a little bit of dimension to this painting, even though it is in a sketchbook and it's just a rough start to the day. After I've done my yellow, I'm going onto the page with the reds and the oranges, and then I'm also just extending and just sort of dabbing around, and I don't even have a reference here. I'm just visualizing with my mind what it looks like because I have a lot of these flowers around in my life, so just sort of feeling it out. So at the stems now, I'm looking at using some greens, but I want to use a little bit of a darker green that I have here mixed up from Daniel Smith's phthalo blue green shade and the lemon yellow that I have. So that mixes up a really great deep green. And then the base of these flowers is sort of an oval type of shape, and then once you have that elongated oval, just extend it down on the page very loosely. And I'm also just using the top part of my point on the brush, extending down loosely, and then the same on the third one, down to the bottom, and then adding a little bit of a scraggly leaf on the side here, and then a little bit of a bud on the far side, and also extending it down to where a base level would be. So going in with the sap green, I'm just going to add some leaves here for a little bit of extra. And then these are just these little soft, sort of weedy looking leaves that always remind me of dandelion leaves. They're all looking all scraggly, no real formation to them, just there, happy, flowing in the breeze, enjoying the sunshine. And then I'm just sketching in loosely other leaves, other elements, being a bit lighter with some of them, and at the base here extending my line outwards, just doing a little bit of a guide for essentially where the ground would be, and then bringing in some more color, giving these flowers a little base to stand on, and then sketching it out. So I'm not using a ton of water on these pages because this is not a watercolor sketchbook. It's just a normal sketchbook. It's not even used for water media. And I technically shouldn't be using watercolor in it, but it's the sketchbook that I have and it's okay because it's just practice. And then adding some brown here for the bit of ground. And it's that. It's so simple. I'm dabbing up a little bit where it's pooling because it's obviously not sinking into the paper, but that's okay. And then I want to add just a little touch more red. So now that we have our beautiful marigold painted, I hope that you feel warmed up from this exercise today to get started painting, and I hope you found some inspiration. Let me know in the comments down below what inspiration you found to paint today. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.